All right. I've been so excited for this pod.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking hit me with the mics real quick, both of you,
Yeah.
Rob. Turn you up.
All right. What do you say on the street? We got to hear it. He's just doing a sound test right now.
Yeah, just
Jesus is weed.
Jesus is weed.
Yeah,
Jesus is weed.
Jesus is weed.
Gays are good. Jesus is weed.
Yep.
You said gays are good?
Yeah, well, when Jesus is weed, gays are good.
Right.
Everybody knows that the reason they legalize weed is they're putting this chemical in it to turn everybody gay.
Bro, I'll tell you what, that wreck we don't burn right. That's all.
It is different. It is. Do you think that
I think it just naturally does that.
it turns you gay naturally?
My grandpa would say the same thing.
Yeah. I think you
Like in the funny way,
Yeah.
you know, like happy.
But yeah, no, that wreck weed don't burn right, bro. Like
it is different.
I don't know. Because like there's the pet, like there's definitely additives in some strains or some brands where you're like, bro, this shit don't burn right at all. Shit hurts to smoke. But maybe I was just spoiled to like medical days.
I think there's a lot of chemicals on it, and they put like pesticides.
Back in the good old
and
days before they got before all these regulations and stuff on the pot.
Make sure there's lots of chemicals on it.
But I used to that was like all I did was work in the medical industry. Like I did that for like a decade, man. I was like so in that scene.
What do you think of the medical weed industry? Oh, should we introduce?
I mean, if you can introduce yourself, yeah. I mean,
this guy here is John, but the way that I met him was everyone kept talking about this guy coming over. I was smoking meth with this fat bitch named Leslie, and she was telling me there's this guy coming over to sell me some weed, and I'm like, cool. And she kept referring to him as Weed Jesus.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, he's in my phone now as Weed Jesus. But yeah, she's like, oh, Weed Jesus is about 5 minutes away with the weed. And I'm like, okay. So whenever I meet up with this guy, John, I don't see him. His nickname to me is John. His government name is Weed Jesus in my head.
Weed Jesus.
Yeah. And so that's how I met Weed Jesus that way. Through this meth head girl. We went and hung out and like smoked, and Weed Jesus here told me all his philosophies, and I started to understand why they called him Weed Jesus. And that's mostly because he believes that weed is Jesus, and he actually holds a sign downtown. He's been doing it for how many years now?
About 6 years. Before Trump got in.
Okay, so
Before
it was
Obama during the time of Obama, our favorite black president.
Well, I really want to thank you guys for coming out on the streets and protesting Palestine.
Okay, we're back to that. Of course, Wes is calling right now. So, here's the great introduction.
No, hell yeah. But yeah, no, man. Isn't it kind of like Rastafarian stuff? Like what do they think? Don't they think like weed is like at least some spiritualness to God or something, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I remember like reading that when I was younger, like the Rastafarians like definitely are very spiritual with the ganja.
But when I asked a Rasta, I don't know, like one of them, he didn't necessarily say that it was God, but it's intimately connected.
You think weed is God, like just truly?
Yeah,
correct.
That's the main. And then so Jesus comes from the New Testament. So in the Old Testament, there's no.
Yeah, I remember
Jesus,
they're like saying like the burning
else.
bush could have been like weed or something. I remember like hearing about that or something because I was to preach the Bible my whole life, and I don't know, definitely some of it. I feel like they were tripping on something.
Right, exactly.
They say like some rye bread or something, some moldy bread or something.
Yeah, if you look online, they're actually saying like Christmas has all to do with mushrooms and stuff.
Yeah. No, I was actually just something I was watching or some podcast I was watching was talking about that how Christmas is literally so inspired by people tripping on mushrooms.
Yeah, the reindeer eat the mushrooms and fly. Right?
Yeah.
And it's all about a sense of delivery.
Yeah.
He's delivering, right? He's always delivering. And he's cheery, he's merry,
Mary Magdalene, Mary Magdalene, the whore.
You cannot have that bong on the pod, bro.
Yeah, put your bong away.
Can't do the bong. Last time
Right,
I had to do so much editing on stuff to like just get that bong.
What's going on,
him.
Yeah, John.
All right. We got Wes here.
Yeah, we got Wes.
We already introduced Weed Jesus. You missed the introduction of Weed Jesus, but
he was doing my own Weed Jesus introduction.
You were smoking weed while we were doing a podcast.
Boy's smoking.
You have a problem
consecutively.
It's
sort of like I threw up from smoking weed, or like you're like I got some cannabinoid or whatever. I'm like, dude, if I smoked as much weed as you do in one sitting, I'd throw up, man. I've collapsed my lungs smoking pot like you did, bro. I'm telling you, dude. I have. It's just me being honest.
You got weak lungs.
I don't know, man. I was going through like an ounce every day.
I smoke weed and fuck hookers, and you're the loser.
Say, dude, you will say that, dude, when you fucking cough up blood, bro.
Yeah.
I know. I'm waiting.
Just wait, dude. It's coming for you. It's coming
right.
for you like hemorrhoids, dude.
All right, where were we? So you guys are talking about what's the mushroom that like Mario mushroom that
the reindeer eat the mushrooms and fly, right? It's a sense of delivery. He's always delivering, and then the milk and cookies, like you have to give Santa something, so that's the barter. You know, you leave the milk and cookies, and then he leaves you the presence of mind.
What is he bartering for? Pussy?
Well, it is the sexual female organ, the weed, but the mushroom is what we're talking about. Anyways, the tree looks like a cannabis bud. The lights are the crystals. The star on top is like the 8-pointed star. It should be. That's the marijuana leaf. 7 leaves, and then the 8th is the stem coming down. So many logos in today's world are the 8-pointed star. It's like the Mariners; they have the 8-pointed star.
Juice WRLD had an 8-pointed star. I saw that. He did.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
That's hilarious.
We just need to know what it means.
I think it means that if anybody ever makes a joke about Palestine at the Shanghai Room, they should be banned.
Dude, you should have.
That's what it means.
Dude, honestly, I'm glad you got banned, dude. You deserved it. No, dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Everyone that night. Because I went Sunday or whatever, because I was like, I need to get the fuck out of the house. And I get there and everyone is just like defending you on some like, but like being like really just like chill, you know? And I went up and I did so much hate speech against you.
Good.
And then hate speech against Palestine.
Thank you, Jesus.
I literally didn't.
He like balanced it because you did both. You're like, no, fuck Rob, but also fuck Mouse. Just sneak that in there.
No, at one point I was literally calling them all sinners and that they're not going to be saved in the rapture and they're all going to burn in hell. That's what I told everyone at Shanghai Room. I was like, you're all sinners and trans and autistic and you're all going to fucking burn and not be saved from the rapture. I was going off,
What was
bro.
the response?
People were laughing surprisingly, but I know what's her name that was hosting was not hyped. Like she shined the light on me again. She did not like hype that what I was doing.
Who cares?
She shined the light. She shined the first light and then she shined the second light and was like, "Get the fuck off the stage." You could tell. She was not hyped, bro. Because like they said no hate speech, and so I just did hate speech against you.
Yeah. Well, that should be okay then, right? I think you're allowed to do hate speech
against Rob.
Yeah.
And then I was like kind of just saying, I was like, I'm surprised. I bet I'll get kicked out here soon. And then
it's funny how you get banned and then the topic of conversation for the night is like Rob.
I mean, I did say all like trans. They're all like trans and stuff, and they're gonna not be saved in the rapture.
Yeah,
and they're all going to burn in hell, which could be considered hate speech.
Well, you guys know that
that could be interpreted as hate speech, but I'm not sure.
Ego.
That's walking the line.
Robin Good.
I have a new alter ego. Me and Stephen Michael James just did a podcast. I'm Robin Good.
Robin Good.
I was assigned male at birth, but I identify as a woman who identifies as a man.
Bro, Fox News would love you.
Give them your pronouns, Robin.
Yeah. My pronouns are Zay, Zer, or Mize, Mizer, or like Mizzy Elliott.
He's like Zeldar from the planet Beldar.
But see, the thing is, the whole point of it is like I realized my whole life everybody called me a bitch, right?
I don't know if that's gonna stop too soon.
No, that's the point. So I'm a bitch, right? I'm a girl, but I don't want to be a girl. So I'm a girl who identifies as a man. So what I am is I'm a biological man who identifies as a woman who identifies as a man.
You retransitioned back.
Yeah.
I understand what you did.
BJ's like, this is just your first.
I've been watching
This
them
is
talk
your
about
first
this
one.
on Fox for a while now, dude. Fox News loves people like you that retransition back into their normal gender.
Yeah.
They're like, they give people like you money.
Or Caitlyn Jenner, who just fucking hates, is a brutal Republican.
Yeah, but they don't like to tell people that, dude. They don't let that out there too much.
Caitlyn Jenner.
She's like the first trans on Fox.
Did you just
I
say
think.
she?
Yeah.
Are you a fucking liberal?
I believe she's a beautiful woman.
What do you think of Caitlyn Jenner? Weed Jesus?
Who's that?
You're too
Bruce?
busy. You're too busy.
Do you know who Bruce Jenner is? That Olympic athlete.
I mean, I've heard the name.
Like
He was an Olympic
He's an
runner.
Olympian, like in the 70s or 80s.
He was like
and
the
then he
mascot.
transitioned?
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
mascot
Yeah.
trans person.
I don't know anything about him besides that.
He was the Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, he was like he
the Chuck E.
basically
Cheese of
was a
trans.
pet to the Kardashians. That's really what he's known for. Just being a pet slave to the Kardashians.
I mean, I don't
They
know
would just
what's in his
feed off
heart,
him till he
you know,
turned
but-
trans. That's what happened. He was just around the Kardashians for so long, and they're like, "Turn trans, Bruce."
They're whispering spells. He just has the fucking gimp suit from Pulp Fiction, and every
they are
Christmas they
reptiles,
just
dude.
fucking bust it out and make him walk around.
Because they are reptiles. What ethnicity are they?
The Kardashians?
Yeah, aren't they like reptiles?
Yeah. Do you believe in reptile people?
I don't know. It's something like reptiles are more instinctual,
Yeah, but do you know,
right?
the reptilian
and so that's
theory?
like the.
Like Ninja Turtles.
It's like
Like Hillary Clinton.
it's like as
she's
we
for
were
sure one.
evolving, some of us didn't evolve enough to like
So they're
gain a
people.
conscience or
They're
something
people, but they're just like reptile people.
without a conscience.
They don't have like masks that they wear.
I mean, dude, Aryan people, I think, are truly reptiles, dude.
White
That's
people?
what it's what pure blood reptilians are, dude. Blue-eyed, blonde-haired people, dude. No, I'm joking.
I think Aryan is actually all races. It's just like if you're in touch with God. I don't think it's actually.
No, I mean,
white people.
that's what they say. We're all black, right? Or something. Hopefully not.
We all came from a black.
Sorry, Wes.
We all came from Africa.
Sorry, I know you're a quarter black. That sucks. No.
I'm trying to repress that quarter. Don't worry.
Yeah,
No,
get
yeah.
that quarter black out of here. This is all white.
I remember I had
Do you
some,
not see the mustache? Get out of here.
I remember
Oh.
I remember I didn't know about this because like apparently like certain Asian like cultures really fucking hate each other, and like my buddy was like Korean and his girlfriend was like Japanese, and their parents were like, "Fuck no, you cannot be that," And I just I just didn't know like all this like crazy like some Asian cultures will like tell their kids to like marry like a Japanese person to pure the bloodline to get the bloodline pure. Get rid of that Korean blood. And I'm like, that's the most fucked up shit I've ever heard that your parents could tell you.
So they can tell the difference?
I guess.
I can't.
It's like Asian mudbloods.
Like, yeah, it's crazy like that. I didn't know like Asian cultures go that deep seated. Like apparently, like I know, like because like Filipinos are like super like looked down on because they're like literally treated like brown people of like other Asian cultures. Like it's crazy. I didn't know that. See, when I moved here to Seattle, dude, I thought Asian people were all the same. So that's I grew up that way. I didn't even know there was. My grandma to this day still doesn't know there's different Asian cultures. I promise you. She'll call them all. There'll be
Orientals.
a slur that she'll use.
Orientals.
Yeah, Oriental people, Asian cultures. She doesn't know the difference between Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. She doesn't even know that exists. Like I said, she would use a racial slur. They'd be all, I can't say it, but it's what she called my Korean roommate when she came in one time.
Rhymes with another racial slur for blacks.
yeah, it does. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Dude.
So how is weed gonna fix all this?
Yeah, how is weed like all?
Yo, how is it not? Like, it's gonna make it better.
I think Wes is
it's gonna make it better.
The way
I'm
Wes
dying of weed, and I won't stop smoking.
So, like, you believe weed is God, like literally, like
Yeah, weed is
or
God.
how we found God, or
No,
And
literally
you just
God.
got me to
Literally-
quit smoking weed. That's crazy.
literally God. So God is like just an item, like
Yeah, the creator.
like
You know, musicians, artists, they like to do psychedelics and weed.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not. Weed is the most famous of all of the natural drugs. That's why it kind
But
of
I'm like,
became
'cause
the
like
symbol.
I'm saying, like we came from like how like they say the Big Bang Theory or God made us, or whatever. So like weed just made us.
Yeah, we evolved. Yeah, weed evolved us over time.
Weed. So weed was
And
the
mushrooms.
first thing ever.
I don't think just weed.
Okay.
I think also mushrooms and
Yeah,
other
because
things.
I've heard this theory about how mushrooms, like we've kind of would have, like we could have grown off of like something like that. Like,
Well, there's a stoned ape
it's like
theory
the
where
chemical.
Yeah.
like monkeys ate mushrooms.
Yeah, but I even hear
But
like
who-
that
who
we
made
like.
That makes the most sense to me.
But I've
did
heard this
weed
theory
make
that
the
were like the
monkeys?
mushrooms like evolved from whatever into creatures that evolved into like monkeys.
Yeah, where does it start? How far does it go back? I mean, that's the hard part. But
So that's kind of like what you're saying that you kind of believe in and stuff like that. And
I think there's like a bigger God in the universe.
yeah,
But the weed is just the one
because
that's our God.
I know a lot of people that are like
Okay.
source energy.
So there's like
and
another
stuff.
universe out there and with way tighter drugs.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I have a lot of
You
friends.
know?
that
Can
are-
I go there?
I mean, there's a lot of different psychedelics. So
Yeah, there's a fucking dimension where they're just like the monkeys grew up on methamphetamines and everything is way more advanced.
Look, they all have boners and yeah, they're all just like fucking all the time because they're so horny off the meth. This is actually when I did meet him, I was like, because he was always telling me that weed is Jesus, and then I'm like, I think meth is Jesus, and he wouldn't. He was like, I think so too. So you don't actually think weed is Jesus? You just think drugs?
no, I would hold this sign in Capitol Hill, and that was my joke. Was that meth was Jesus? It was funny, and so this guy actually made the sign. And
You have a sign that says meth is Jesus.
No, someone. I inspired someone to make a sign.
Oh my
that
God!
said
There's
meth.
like a little. There's like an alternate version of you running around, but
He died.
he died.
Yeah.
No, he was a good
That's
guy.
why we chose weed.
He actually went back to heaven where so maybe he actually knows the true
He's with Jesus now.
Savior meth. Yeah.
Rob, have you met Jesus on meth?
I became Jesus on meth. I'm not kidding. Okay, I gotta tell you this story. I'm not kidding, dude. This is
I believe you.
I was in LA and I was like I was bumming it around. I was living at this place for a good year, and I was like, I'd been up for like 12 days, and the place I was crashing at, the guy was like a major alcoholic, and I was so fucking twacked out of my mind. I don't know what he was saying to me, but I was pretty sure he was telling me that that this whole world was like a Truman Show, and I was actually Jesus. And this whole experience I was having was actually I was just crucified.
Some guy said that to you.
No, I thought he was saying he was. You know what he was saying to me? Probably is like, "Hey Rob, could you stop being so weird?" or something. But I heard, "Hey Rob, you're Jesus, and this is like your psychosis." Cross.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I called my mom up. I literally dialed the phone. I was like, "I knew it, Mom. I knew I was Jesus." And I called my mom. I dialed my mom's phone number.
Told you, Nancy.
And I said, "I knew I was Jesus, Mom." And she knew the address of where I was at. And next thing you know, the cops were at the door because she was like super worried about me.
Yeah, she's like, Jesus Christ, this kid's off the fucking pookie.
Yeah.
This kid's pipe's hot. We need to cool it off. Stat.
She's like, next he's gonna want to see God, and I want to intervene before that.
They're just like, let the pipe cool down just a little bit, man.
Yeah.
It's really hot right now.
Too hot. Let the boy.
Let the boy riff.
No, let the boy simmer.
Yes.
We got some notes here.
Yeah, I've been doing dialysis for 13 years, so I have 4 hours 3 times a week to just really pay attention. And I didn't always pay attention, but for a long time I really did. I really did
You're on
take
dialysis?
Yeah.
For like your kidneys or whatever?
Yeah, I lost my kidneys to cancer like 13 years ago.
That's great. Then you've been alive. You've been on dialysis that long?
Yeah.
He's been on dialysis since I've known him, which is
That's crazy, man.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's
Tell
crazy.
that to Casey Judson.
Because I don't want easy. Why do we always want easy?
Yeah, for sure. I get what you're saying. That's
You know?
wild. I mean,
Like,
gives you probably a wild
like, what would we
appreciation,
expect of Jesus? Does he need to come down off the cross? No. That's Jesus. That's why we respect him, is because he's willing to go through whatever it takes.
So your
because he sees the higher purpose.
Your dialysis is like the modern day crucifixion of Jesus,
Right? Exactly.
You think Jesus?
Because the crucifixion,
you've been on dialysis that long, man. That's wild.
yeah, the crucifixion is less about Jesus and more about the symbol for all of us. We all have our own challenges we go through.
How old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay, so you got 16 years ago. You got cancer like that?
13.
13 years ago. Wow, man, that's wild.
And I tried to do natural cures, and that's why it spread, and I lost my kidneys. I didn't have to lose my kidneys.
He was doing like New Age shit, and it didn't work.
Oh,
well, it might have still worked. Might have helped me out. I'm actually glad I didn't just go take care of it right away, because then I wouldn't have lost my kidneys. And I'd rather lose my kidneys, because if I didn't really suffer, then I wouldn't have learned as much as I learned. So really, I don't like if someone were to say, okay, I'll give you your kidneys back right now, but take this away. I would take this over the kidney, honestly.
Oh yeah, man.
I would take the kidneys and then I'd sell them for like I'd probably actually trade them. I'd trade them for a Taiwanese hooker.
You got a point there.
Charlie.
An underage one too.
On Candy Mountain.
So yeah, that's
wild, man. That's a cool story, man. Honestly, that's wild. You've been alive for like 13 years on dialysis, dude.
Like most people die for nothing. At least I want to die for something.
Oh hell yeah, man! You want to have some purpose, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, everyone dies, but we don't all live truly. So I'm way more concerned with living fully and truly than.
Hey, I feel that, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
I was trying to die like 2 weeks ago.
Fuck, I feel like sometimes I'm trying to die right now, dude.
And
we Jesus said it. I'm
straight up.
No, I feel it, dude.
you're a loser. Yeah, that's cathartic.
I'm a loser too.
Okay, that's some good merch right there. We Jesus says I'm a loser.
I'm a bigger loser. I got closer than you.
If we lose together, we win each other.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
If you suffer with Christ, so shall you also glory with him.
That's something I've heard my grandfather say for sure.
While beating him with a belt.
Okay, hold on. Here's what I want to know.
Trying to beat the queer out of you, boy.
What would your grandpa say if your grandpa met wee Jesus here? What would he fall on his knees and pray, or would he say, "That's Satan right there"?
I mean, you're some of the things I feel like you'd agree with. So, like, I don't know. My grandfather always like sits and asks me like what I believe about life and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
And there's always like he's just like, what do you? He's like if you don't believe, he's like really just like pushing God or something, wanting to talk about stuff. And I've sat with him a few times and told him how I feel, but
he's like, hey, like, Pierce, if you ain't one of them gays, are you?
I mean, not that one's dead. That's like that.
Like if I have all this philosophy, like for me, if you have really good philosophy, it's got to actually help you in your life. It can't just be talk.
No, for
that's
sure.
the whole point, Otherwise, why do all this study if it doesn't actually do anything for you?
Sure, man. Like I don't know. The only thing I've ever found any much meaning in was like the love that I've had for stuff, or like my cat, or like friends or family. So it's like that's what kind of keeps me going. I'm like, if there's anything to worship, is love.
For me, I'm like dying, and so I'm just so motivated to find that secret that will free me.
Yeah, and oh no, sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, no, I was just saying, like I literally like. The love I've had, especially with my cat, I had this cat for like 23 years, and like she was just my baby, and just like the love that I experienced with that cat was just like gave me faith in life, or faith to live, want to live, you know, and that's not much has given me the want or will to live, other than like the love that I've experienced with that, and that's the love I learned from that is to like just kind of I can't. I remember when she was gonna die or whatever, I was just like I thought I was just gonna fucking blow my brains out because I was like, there's no point to live, but I was like that's selfish to like take the love that I experienced with her and just like don't like try to spread that with
We
like
do all live
the people that I love
for
in my own
pussy.
life, you know. We do all love the pussy, dude.
We live for pussy. Yeah.
Not that kind of pussy though. Kitty.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, you know.
And the breast of the Lord too.
But no, that's that is a beautiful thing though, that you're like, it makes you grateful for the time that you have here, and to be more, using that, like because I think like too sometimes, like I was trying to remember this today where I was like, sometimes people will live their whole life and be with a plan of like, I'm going to take a break at some point, I'm going to save money or whatever. But then like some people either are going to die before that, or if you get to that point, your fucking brain and your body might deteriorate to the point where you can't do it. Like my grandpa, he's got Alzheimer's, he's got dementia. And I like watch this dude just like walk around, like he fucking lives in my parents' house, and I'll watch him just like take walks all day. And that's like, it's like he's gone, it's like, so
yeah.
It's like you gotta
Sounds kind of nice.
Is that why? Yeah. Is that why you do ketamine in solidarity? In solidarity for Gramps. It's like I'm just like you,
forgetting
Grandpa.
everyone and
I'm
everything
fucking
is terrifying.
I'm
No,
fucking.
I was trying to
making
make light on a hard thing. Dementia's.
No, that's why I wipe his fucking credit cards, because he's just not gonna notice.
I thought you were like, oh, we shouldn't joke about dementia, you guys. Like everything else is okay, but
Dementia's real. It's sad, man. I would be devastated if I didn't remember like the love
dude,
that I have.
you want to know why I hate dementia? It made me see my grandma naked because my grandma had it, and we had to like my aunt was taking care of her at her house, and I went over there for like cookies or something, and she just like walks down the stairs buck naked, and she's like, she looks at me and she goes, "Which one are you again?"
Naked.
Rob didn't know he was getting milk and cookies that day.
Anyways, I don't know why I'm super into that kind of porn, but
sounds like that. It sounds like that moment really shaped who you were as a man, Rob. Sounds like you needed that to happen, dude. You need to see Graham naked.
I think so.
Now you really like watching old ladies.
That was the best Christmas.
So why the stash, man? When you go,
oh yeah, we got to hear about the stash.
Kanye.
How long have you had the stash?
I forgot. Maybe 8 years.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, before Trump was in.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. And we'll get back to the stash. Who's a better man, Trump or Hitler?
Well, that's what's so
Or
funny.
Kanye.
That's what's so funny about it is they're always comparing Trump to Hitler. They say Trump is like Hitler. Trump is like Hitler because they want you to think.
You only hear that in Seattle, though, dude.
Well, they want you to think Trump is as bad as Hitler. But no, actually, Trump is nowhere near as good as Hitler. That's how they have people fucked up. They don't get it because
Trump
it's too.
wishes he was Hitler, motherfucker.
Yeah. They got it all wrong.
I mean, dude, they say that we've done so much genocide over the world. So,
Dude, could you imagine if Hitler,
as the American
if
country,
Hitler was alive, right?
I'm not saying
And someone goes, see that guy? Someone goes, hey Hitler, come here. See that guy right there? That's Trump. He's just like you. Hitler would be offended.
Yeah.
I would be.
We're like, this is nothing like me.
He's nothing.
He kissed a Jew's hand.
I'm much better. He's sloppy fucking.
He literally kissed a Jew's.
But yeah, the only time I ever hear people saying, like, dude, I have friends that will sit and like tell me shit here, right? That they're like, oh, blah 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 is in cahoots with the Russians, Trump is, and then like I hear my family, they're like, Biden is in cahoots with the Russians. I'm like, you all just are like, fuck you all. The fact that you sit on a ledge and hold your sorry retarded opinions to any weight in my life, just please stop sometimes.
But,
like with that shit. It's you both are going in circles with like how these two people are literally probably just at, let's be real, as bad if not worse than Hitler.
Biden is in.
You know, but
Biden is in cahoots with. Like,
they're all doing fucked up. Anyone that's a politician, man, is doing fucked up shit. People's lives are being taken. People like anyone that's got a lot of money is extorting someone.
Biden is in
Like
cahoots with.
that's
his
just how I think about it.
catheter.
It's like let's pretend. Like one of my first bits doing comedy was like, can we stop pretending billionaires are good people?
Well, Hitler's the
Like, in
Michael
my opinion,
Jordan
you know?
of fucking genocide. You know what I mean? So that's the rhetoric for people.
I mean, but that's not like if you look at numbers where like the wars we funded and shit in America. So it's like I don't know, man. I'm not saying anything. I'm just like every country just
Well-
any power that is in place kills people, dude. It's just how.
Well, John,
that's how it's
you're a
literally just
Holocaust denier, right? You don't think?
Yeah.
No, he is.
Not
And Sandy Hook.
not that it's all something happened, but I just don't think it's quite like they're saying it happened.
So it wasn't 6 million Jews. It was only like 600,000.
Those are good numbers.
I mean,
No,
Hitler was just trying to kill all of what's going on in Palestine right now. He was trying to stop that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hitler was a prophet. He foresaw everything that's happening today. And
Yeah, he was just trying to stop the people that are destroying the world today.
Yeah, America has gotten away from our roots, which is founded on God. It's founded on weed.
No, he's 100% right about it being founded on God. This country.
It
And-
might have actually been founded on weed too, because like
Yeah.
they liked
Well,
hemp.
I agree
They
to
wrote
that too
the-
because they say George Washington or whatever like had a big farm. of
Yeah,
weed
they-
and
I think
stuff.
that the Constitution was
Makes-
written on like hemp paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned that from Days of Confused.
the flag was made out of hemp.
Yeah, I mean, like the hemp was like it's still a great thing. I mean, that's just the whole cotton shit that I remember I watched something how like hemp was like a big main thing that they used, and then like all this like making it illegal and stuff, and then cotton and
Yeah.
like all this.
I
stuff.
think Hitler had this knowledge, or part of it at least, and that's why it wasn't just white people. He had Japanese, Italians, North Africans,
Italians
Muslims
loved him.
followed him.
Yeah.
Muslims.
Well, it's like there's this thing that I remember watching recently where it's like people don't realize how big Hitler had an influence in America when this stuff was happening. Like they have a picture of him selling out Madison Square Garden.
yeah, I've seen that.
And it's like it's
What was he doing? Was he
he's
doing
just like
comedy?
eyes on that. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Or
He's
was
like-
he there? Was he
did
there?
Dave Chappelle
Yeah, that's
open
why
for
there's
him?
like a whole picture of him like selling out Madison Square
I
Garden.
thought it was like his movement. I didn't know he was actually. there.
I thought it was him. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I just that's what the podcast was telling me. That was like Hitler.
Dude, what if
But-
Hitler had a Hollywood star
But yeah,
on the
there's
Walk
like,
of Fame?
there's like a
Someday.
huge presence of that. You know,
Yeah, the whole point is they won't let you talk about it. That's what's got me so
Who's
fucked
they?
up.
Yeah, something I was
The
watching.
Bible calls them they, them.
Fucking trannies.
Whoever they
Fucking
are.
everything up. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, not
That's,
trannies.
The Bible got caught for pedo activities. It was like, let's get politically correct.
some podcast I was watching. I
No.
forget what it was. It was actually, I'm pretty sure it was Chris DiStefano's podcast. He was talking about this. He was like he fucking does like a history thing and talks about just like odd history in America that people don't know about.
Yeah.
And he was no, it's like he does a segment on his show. I don't think he does it anymore, but it was Christy's Christeries. That was what it was called, and he just goes like riffs on like history shit, and like one of the things was like how he's talking about how big the Nazi Party was in America, and he compared it because he was just like there's still any horrible dictator, anything. Not even say he like. You know, like they have influence of that, where it's like any dictator is gonna, and like there's like this one podcast I was listening to where it's like there's some dictators that aren't like that bad. So it's like that's where a lot of people. It's just awesome from perspective and all that.
The attack on Pearl Harbor wasn't a surprise, and we actually instigated it because just like I deny the Holocaust the way they portray it, I also deny the Nanking Massacre, which is where they said Japan, when invading China, went in and did this Nanking Massacre or whatever. But they used that as a reason to shut down all trade with Japan and cut off the resources entering their country and freeze all their assets.
So you think they're just, like,
And they're
making
actually
shit up
admitting
so
this.
that they
They're
can pull
admitting this.
strings. They just make up a story like wars and stuff so that they can like do their bidding. Like,
I mean, that's
Well,
what being
America
an
didn't want to
American
go to
is,
war with
goddammit.
Germany. America didn't want to go to war with Germany, so we needed that to how to head
You know
into the
what
war.
I was thinking about the other day. I was like, remember when Ukraine was out of war? Like, we don't talk about Ukraine anymore. All we're talking about is Palestine now. Like,
Yeah.
what happened to Ukraine?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I mean, before there was like horrible things going on that in other countries, and we didn't talk about it because they were black. So,
Yeah.
bunch of white people and Jews. Basically, Jews are kind of white anyway. A bunch of white people start dying. They're like, "Oh man, we got to talk about this."
Jews are the original.
If there's black people
Okay.
dying in Syria, we
Jews
won't
are the
even
original
talk about
whites.
it.
Here's a mind fuck for you, because I think Jews are the original whites, and Kanye thinks blacks are the original Jews.
Yeah,
So how do we reconcile that one?
Right. So it's not a color. It's actually anyone who is the psychedelic people all around the world. That's the real Jews. That's the real God's people.
Some fucking wook.
So
Some fucking wook at fucking.
he's like, "Bro, I've seen Bass Nectar 47 times. You got any more whippets?"
Dude,
All the wooks start becoming Jews. Like every wook, they're just like,
Do you
no,
know
you
what's
are
crazy
the.
though? It's what's crazy is what you're talking about. That is like I remember like I remember when I got away from my family and shit. I like really fucking hated like how I grew up, and then I remember I started just going to festivals and like eating acid and like just following like hanging around like the family and shit. And then like they're like, "Oh no, we're all Christians." Like LSD was a gift from God. I'm like, all right, I'm tapping out. I don't even wanna do this.
bye.
I don't even want to do this shit anymore. You guys bum me out.
You know, it's like wherever you go, just like your horrible family,
It just follows
Christ
me.
family just follows
Follows
you.
you.
Like, you go to the satanic temple, they're like, actually, Satan's a metaphor for Jesus.
He's a fallen
it's- no,
angel, right?
That's honestly, it kind of pissed me off. It made me. I stopped doing acid. I was like,
You
this
can
shit's
run
making
from
me
Jesus
dumb.
as much as you want,
Yeah, I guess like, you're
brother.
right. I can.
but Jesus is always going to find you.
So that's
Yeah.
that's the problem is people don't there's what is anti-Semitism is because if nobody knows what a Jew is, then how could you know
hold
what's
on.
anti-Semitic?
I'll tell you what's anti-Semitic. Ready? Boom.
I know how I differentiate Jews and non-Jews, dude. Is they have bags of gold with them that they carry
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Do they have shekels or doubloons?
And tails. Don't forget about the Jew tail. Oh my God. Okay, no, makes
Right,
sense.
because
Dude,
they're
dread-
selling weed, so of course they have bags of gold.
Like, do you
Dreadlocks
collect?
are
Do you
like
collect
tails
money?
that
Because like
come out of your head.
I literally
Books
have
are
shingles
Jews.
and stuff I hold on to, and I'm like, I might be a Jew. I have.
I've actually
a coin
always
collection.
I've loved
You have-
Jews. The Jews in Harry Potter were my favorite characters. The bankers.
Oh my God. I just realized trans people are Jews. Trans women are the biggest Jews because they like to mutilate their penis.
Okay,
And so do like
lost me there, brother.
It's like a double circumcision.
No, you're right. Actually, you know, right. And black people are the real Jews, though.
But circumcision is
Royals
of
or
the heart.
pedos?
Circumcision is of the heart and the spirit, not of the outer flesh.
So wait, you're pro circumcision or not?
Circumcision of the heart.
Oh, okay. I thought we were
That sounds
talking
like-
about
that'd be
cutting
like a-
penises.
That's what
Yeah.
God does for
That'd be
you.
a cool song. Like, girl, you circumcised my heart.
You fucking Pearl Jam, fucking circumcision of the heart.
So are we pro circumcision or not, dude?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
What does it mean?
Are you pro circumcision though?
Because I think
Of
it's
the
mutilation, dude.
Are you circumcision of the penis?
It's mutilation in my opinion. Even though
I don't
Jewish.
know. I don't know that much about it. I was just talking about of the heart, because that's
I
what,
only know about heart circumcision, but I don't
Yeah.
know shit about penis circumcision.
You're like, I ain't-
right. Yeah.
Could you imagine, like,
True.
you take your baby to like the doctor or whatever? He's like, "Could you circumcise my little angel?"
No,
He's
it's a
like,
metaphor. It's
It's
a
like,
metaphor.
I only know how to circumcise the heart.
Or you like break, you're like, yeah, I wanted to be circumcised. You get it back, like you mutilated its penis. Like I just
Yeah.
wanted its
Yeah.
heart to be circumcised. What the fuck?
That's more difficult.
Yeah, the heart circumcision, that's a toughie. Dude, oh my God, they're so like you could trick a girl. Girl, like, I only fuck with guys that are circumcised, and then you pull out your fucking anteater, and she's like, she's like, what's going on? You said you're circumcised. Like, my heart is, girl.
My penis, you gonna have to peel back the hood.
Yeah.
I don't know how many girls you'll be getting with a circumcised heart, but
Yeah. I mean, all I know about girls and hearts is they like to tear them out of your chest and stomp on them and then take a shit on them. And
Circumcised
It's
or
not funny, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's circumcised or not. Yeah,
Oh,
PJ's
sorry.
like, I'm just gonna. PJ's texting. He's texting his girl right now. He's like, hey, I just want you to know, my heart is circumcised.
I don't have what? My heart is circumcised.
He's texting his church group right now.
Yeah, I am texting my mother. My mom got hit by a car. Actually, she did get hit by, not her physically, but she did get some sideswiped her.
The first letter, this says wife. What is that? Wife.
Yeah, so these are, I may have got some of them wrong, but these are all names of God.
Oh, lots of God.
And they actually,
Wife.
they ring a bell, kind of. So like the wife, I should have put but the wife, because you could have a wife.
Mountain Dew.
But the wife is the husband, is the grower, and then the wife is the
wife is
the
God
mother,
because he fucks me.
Yeah.
Something I was just watching. They were talking about how it's like the Lord. There's like the God. What was it? Like God. It's like God and Christ, and then man, and then woman and child, or something like that. I don't know what that meant, but they were preaching something like that to me when I was home, I think.
I think it basically means is that women need to stay in their fucking place.
Yeah, that's actually what I got from that.
Yeah.
Is women
need to, dude. At my friend's wedding, he's Greek Orthodox. It was the best wedding I've ever seen, dude. Like after they got married, the fucking like priest turns to the wife and was like, "Now listen,
Yeah, he's
sometimes he's gonna come back from a long day of work. He's gonna be upset, angry, or whatever. And you're gonna want to yell at him or something. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna cook him a nice gyro, and you're gonna feed it to him. I'm not even kidding. Like this priest is like,
and she's like, you're gonna use cucumbers, red peppers, and not lettuce because lettuce is not good.
I hate it when you use lettuce.
Listen, bitch, there will be days when your hands are tired and you don't want to do anything.
The way I grew up, man, they make the wife say they're basically like, you need to bow down to your husband. They like make it say that.
Bow down to the dick. Bow down to the circumcised heart.
Oh, fucking A, man. Fucking A. So that fucking, you just have the mustache as just like a statement or something then? Or is it just like, it just feels right?
Well, no, they're, it's like, why aren't you able to speak about the biggest war that's ever happened on this planet? I just think it's irresponsible for people not to speak on it if they're so sensitive about all this.
Yeah, I doubt it's the biggest war in this ever. I mean, it probably we have history of.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I doubt.
I just realized
and there's probably a lot of fucked up shit they keep behind.
Do you identify as a Hitler?
I think
what are your pronouns?
Who do you think's died more, Jews or blacks? You know,
I don't know.
What's the death count? Who's got the big?
I feel like it could be related to him or something. That's why it's like deep inside me. Somehow
Hitler's deep. So Jesus is deep inside you. Hitler's deep inside you. You're just a black guy, so you don't matter.
Jesus Christ.
So if Jesus and Hitler fucked,
it'd be like jerking off because Hitler was Jesus.
No, dude, I have the spirit of the Dalai Lama because I like to tongue fuck kids. God damn it. God damn it. I don't know why I said that. I gotta be careful.
You just said you did. We're getting banned.
Cut it. Clip
God,
it.
Jesus Christ. Watch the AI just show me a clip of me saying that, and I'm gonna sit there and think about what I'm doing with my life.
In 1937, right before we went to war with Germany, they actually made weed illegal here in 37 in the U.S. And before World War II, weed and mushrooms and things were actually legal in Japan. And then right after the war, they became illegal. America did that.
Yeah,
America's a big force for banning psychedelics around the world.
Yeah, I know that. Which is fucked up.
And so if you could identify the psychedelics as God, then God's people would naturally be the people that are connected with
I'll give you that. Like, I've had some pretty experiences on DMT that maybe, I don't know if I felt like I was connected with God or something, but I definitely felt like I was connected to something bigger than whatever.
Yeah, when we talk psychedelics in that spiritual realm, I mean, it has to be in the conversation somewhere.
Like, I've never, because I don't know, my big thing with religion, why I've always had a qualm with it, it was just like, God's just like this all end all be all deity, and like people never teach teach self-love, and like the self-love is so detached, and like every battle in life is just good between evil and God. I'm like, how about you take accountability for yourself? How about you did that? How about God didn't do that? You did that. And that's what pisses me off. I'm not saying God didn't help with some things or whatever the fuck. There is just coincidence.
God
but like,
made
what
me-
about you for once?
God made
What about
me-
the love that you have between you and yourself? And it's just like a lot of these people that I have in my family, like you can tell they just fucking hate themselves.
God made me do meth.
You know? But I've always looked at where it's like if there is like, let's say a God or whatever, I look at it as like a nucleus, like everything. It's like it's an organism. It's living and breathing. You know,
They
all
they
one.
they leak or
That's
they
kind of
made
just how I've always felt. It's like if God, like we're just as important as God, if there is God.
Yeah, the God inside of us is the real God. It's not the God outside.
No, for sure. I'm just like that's just how I look at it. So
Um,
it's like I don't think God would exist without us. So
Yeah, like if
It's
God
like it's
is
just
just
all-
the marijuana plant sitting there, well, that's like that doesn't do it for us. We need it to come into a body.
no, it's not because
And when
like
it comes
you-
into a body, then everything.
No, because like my grandfather was kind of saying it's like he finds God in things, right? And that's what like or like he's just like he's like you maybe is just the love between that I have me and my cat might be God to me, you know, or like
Yeah,
how
well-
weed is God to you, and like that is like people that is a form of like that. At least it's just like you know the form of God to him is his family and the mission work he did for decades of his life.
I'm just trying to be accurate.
You want to know what's God for me? You'll never guess.
Meth,
No,
oh,
it's
pussy.
it's making fun of Jews.
Oh man.
Robin Good is a Nazi. No, but they made weed legal. Or they made weed illegal.
Yeah, in Japan. And I actually had my friend check on that because he's Japanese, and he didn't believe me. And then he checked and he said, "You're right."
But they made it illegal here too.
In 37.
What was
Right.
that called? A drohibition?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long did that take, dude? How long did that take? But you can use that too in your bit now.
Prohibition, bro.
Use that in your little skits.
Your little hoo-ha's, little diddles.
Just like in the Mario game, they have the mushroom and the fire flower. They have the weed and the mushrooms.
Yep.
And you eat the mushroom, you get big, and then you can break the blocks, and like it's all very symbolic. And
That definitely is
the end
symbolic.
boss, you just run past him, or you just jump on his head.
And you're always chasing a fucking bitch from castle to castle.
That makes sense to me. I get that one. She's always with that fucking asshole. Like, and you're all
The
like,
theory is this
dude.
Bowser,
what if Mario
Bowser
has
is-
a restraining order? What if Bowser's the good one?
No, that's the theory. The theory is that Bowser and Peach are married, and you're
Mario's
just a fucking
stalker.
dirty fucking
Yeah, a
dago
plumber.
that
A
fucking can't keep his pipe clean, dude.
unemployed plumber stalker.
And Luigi's not his brother. He's this like gay guy that's trying to help
Luigi's
him
just
because he wants to
another
fuck
dirty wop.
Mario.
That's what Luigi is. That's another dirty guinea that just hangs out with him, dude.
Yeah, Peach got blacked out fucking 20 years ago and let fucking Mario and Luigi go down on her. And since then, they've just been hunting her.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like I'm Luigi then.
Yeah, and I'm Toad. I'm just your drug dealer.
Yeah.
You have anything that you want to talk about, man? I don't know. Feel free to fucking. I don't.
Okay, so let's say I don't like weed, right? I don't want to do weed, but I still want to connect to Jesus, and I'm done with meth, so I'm just only going to do ketamine. Am I like in the hierarchy of heaven? Am I like going to be in like the ketamine realm, and it's like below weed people, and they're going to like look down on me?
I haven't decided where I'm going to put you. Just kidding. Your heart will determine all that.
My heart's circumcised, so hopefully that helps.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ketamine circumcision.
Yeah.
Circumcision with the
Damn.
ketamine.
But no, I mean, dude, fucking, it's been nice to meet you, man. It's fun having you on, even just to talk or just
Yeah,
a
I
little
hope to
bit.
come back.
Yeah, man, dude.
Like-
We can definitely set up another time, dude. Again, and fucking like have.
You can bring your sign next time.
Yeah, bring my sign. Maybe go through
Yeah,
some
no, man, I'd
notes.
love
and
to
if
have you back
want-
on, dude.
Anybody
Fucking,
watching, if you ever want to find him, he's down at Pike Place Market
Yeah,
holding a sign that says Jesus is weed.
right at the beginning of Pike Place Market, as you go in, Jesus is weed right there, and it's just in the summer, like when it's warm, because I'm on dialysis, so I get cold really easy.
It's like if you want to
So
find
wild to
him,
me
his
you've been on
mailbox
dialysis
is
that long.
14
That's not a
Yeah.
normal. No people on dialysis like not live like is like 13 years. Isn't that like can people last long on dialysis? Is that like
Yeah.
They
I didn't,
have.
I didn't know. I
Case
mean,
in
honestly,
point.
yeah, I mean, case in point for
It
sure.
really depends on your attitude.
Only they have.
That makes so much. No, dude.
It depends
dude.
on your
No.
beliefs on Hitler.
Yeah.
No,
Tell
dude,
that to
no.
my dead grandma from cancer. She had the
Well,
wrong
no, dude.
attitude. What the fuck, Nana?
No, I mean, dude, stress though is the realest shit
No, you
ever,
guys,
man.
it's
like
actually
the
true.
like the way you are in your mind like that, man.
Yeah.
That shit'll kill
I'm
you
actually a
quicker than
spiritual
anything, bro.
healer.
I know that's that way,
No,
man.
I'm a spiritual healer, and I'm telling you this right now as a spiritual healer. The reason you have cancer is because you haven't given yourself permission not to have cancer.
It's not cancer. It's a cum tumor.
There might actually be something to that.
And tell me
honestly.
why fucking God took bread
It's a
away
little
from
bit,
me,
maybe.
dude.
No,
Tell me that. No.
Yeah, like-
why when I eat bread, why do I get mega hemorrhoids?
like I've been on dialysis for 13 years, and I still look pretty young. I mean, I actually look better than when I started. When I started, my face was all fat. I was all swollen and
That's
fucked
the
up.
stem
Now I'm
cells
actually
in
doing
baby
better
blood, doggy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
than
man.
when
That's
I
awesome,
started.
positive,
Um,
fucking a good attitude, and good mindset, man. Is fucking.
Yeah, the fountain of youth is real. It's how you think. And
No,
things
man,
like that.
It's called adrenochrome.
No, dude, my buddy's grandmother lived to be 111 years
called
old, and she would
Epstein
smoke
Island.
a half a pack of cigarettes every day, and would drink like a half a bottle of Canadian whiskey, and she lived to be 111, bro.
Yeah,
Why do you think they
Crazy.
fucking?
yeah.
That shit's nuts to me. But also because she was like his great grandmother, so it's like she came from such a simpler minded time. Things moved so much slower, you know.
We got the Bible here.
No, this is actually Ralph Waldo Emerson. I try to spend like so much time reading this just in treatment since I'm there for 4 hours. 4 hours might only get me one page. Because the notes are very dense. So all the clues that show why Jesus is weed is so dense that one page could be 4 hours. That's how meticulously I go over it. So I know that if I were just to give this to somebody, unless they really know their shit and the metaphors and the symbolism, they're not going to have a clue.
You ever rip one of those pages up and just roll up a little grass in there? Fucking send
Do you
it to
smoke a lot of
Jesus?
weed?
Not a lot, but yeah, I smoke weed.
You don't smoke weed like Wes, thankfully.
Yeah, this guy.
Christ.
You know. Okay, so
Just
he
a hit
smoked-
before.
I
before the
smoke
show.
weed for Satan.
Yeah, no, I mean this motherfucker will sit and smoke like 6 bowls in like
Yeah.
5 minutes. I'm like, chill, dude.
I want to fill the whole book up. I want to get it all completed. That's my goal, but it's very hard. Like sometimes I'll sit there for 30 minutes on a little part, and I just.
Is there anything that doesn't say weed? It's just like if I'm watching the show Friends, for example.
You are a faggot.
Is
God, I
in the
hate
show
that
Friends,
show
is
so
it going to
much.
tell me weed is Jesus?
Yeah, it's encoded into most shows. Most of the storylines, Neo from the Matrix, everything, it's all encoded in there. They don't just make these things for entertainment. It's to
Are
control.
you sure it's not just encoded in you?
And why?
I mean, dude, I've always thought that.
And the elites,
I do.
the
I
elites
believe
are
that
most
part.
worried about God. That's who they're most
I
worried
believe
about.
that part.
Dude, I
I'm just
remember when
not
I
sure
was
believe
fucking
it's 'cause they're
tripping
trying
out
to
on
tell us weed
fucking.
is
Dude, I remember I like used to roast DMT and just like watch TV, and now I can't even watch TV anymore.
You're
It's
like, the
it's,
Matrix is
fucked my head
speaking
up.
to
Yeah.
me.
I'm like, I don't want to watch this shit. It like triggers all these weird emotions, and I'm like, dude. They're like, watch this new TV show. I'm like, no, man, I'll stick to my stupid podcast where some fucking retard just
But-
bleeps things into a microphone that I barely understand. Like there's no even context sometimes. Like some of
We're
my
not
favorite
trying
shows.
to brainwash. We're actually trying to brainwash people.
I watch shows and
Hell
movies
yeah,
to
podcast
study.
is a brainwash.
Yeah, no, I just do TV, man.
Like
It just
starting a
it bothers
cult.
me out.
I
lately.
can watch shows and movies to study and look for the symbolism, but I don't buy into their propaganda. But I'm using their show against them to prove what I'm saying because they have all the symbols and the iconography in the shows.
No, I know there's a lot of crazy symbolism, man. I see all these
Is it
crazy YouTube breakdowns
porn,
and stuff.
though?
That's
Yeah, it's even in porn.
Damn it.
Yep, they'll have the 8-pointed star. They'll flash over to it. and they
Yeah,
come
dude, a
back.
girl will
Yeah.
climax, and then just right after the cream pie, you'll just see a little 8-pointed star in there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, 8 point.
honestly, the vagina might just be an 8-pointed star, dude. Fuck.
They put it everywhere.
Nice.
It's like in Fight
Dude,
Club.
the butthole. That's like a totally little 8-pointed star.
You see one when a fucking bunch of hood dudes run train on a bitch.
Damn,
They,
Jesus Christ.
they unite. They
That's
connect
so
their
dark,
dicks.
yes.
Yeah, the 8
Bro,
point
there-
of dicks,
Dude,
Yeah.
oh my god, talk about dude. There was this reel that I that came across,
Eight-pointed
and it's
dicks,
just like literally a bunch of black dudes waiting in line to like fuck some like crackhead, and it's crazy.
We call that
It's like I'm like they let this. This is what's being on Instagram right now. It's unhinged.
call that the 8-point shine star.
This shit is crazy,
Call it the
bro.
Wess.
Guy was like, he's like, we out here family style. It's crazy, bro. Some of the things I've been seeing on Instagram lately. Instagram's unhinged, bro. They really push all the content through.
Yeah, but
Shout out Instagram right now. Not giving a fuck.
yeah, but did they see their
Bro, no,
demented
dude, they be
grandma
letting me
naked?
dude,
That's-
I have this clip of you, Wes, that's been banned on every fucking account except Instagram. Instagram has 4,000 views on Instagram and you talking about hookers. Instagram was like, we'll allow it. So I respect what they're doing out
This is
there.
pertinent information. We need
Even
this
though
to get out
fuck
to the
Meta,
people.
thanks, Mark. Even though fuck Meta and fuck Facebook, fuck all that, but like, man, thanks for letting me put those clips through. Really letting me fucking do the Lord's
Would
work.
they let him say Hitler's a good man? Though?
There's this clip of me calling everybody fucking Nazis. I was like, if you support Palestine, you're a goddamn Nazi. And like people just that clip kept getting taken down. Instagram put it through, you know. And then
out
Instagram
to the
let this
gram.
clip through a Logan talking about fucking this girl, basically asking him to fuck her, like choke fuck her till she passes out and like all this shit. And we're talking about CNC. And like
It's gonna be used in court in a few years.
it looks the clip is so bad. The clip is so bad. No,
Logan Cantrell.
no,
very
bro, that
funny
clip
comedian.
is so bad because like I was like, bro, central non-consensual is entrapment.
yeah.
If a bitch is in your life and she's like, I want to do some non-consensual, that bitch trying to get you in jail,
Yo,
bro.
save that clip because he's gonna make it, bro.
No.
You're gonna make gold on
Bro,
that.
no, I have that clip on Instagram.
Yeah, use it
That's
against
only
him.
one. No, he hit me up, dude. It's so
Blackmail his
funny.
ass.
He saw that clip and he was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Like it's such a fucking brutal clip.
Do you ever get any women that have a Hitler fetish?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of ladies really like the sign. You know,
But
a
do they
man
like the
taking
stash
charge.
though? That's
Well,
they're like-
yeah,
Like
like no,
trying to get a Hitler mustache ride.
the stash doesn't always work.
That'd be
Do they,
blue
want you
eye.
to, do they want you to cum a little Hitler mustache on
I mean,
them?
blue-eyed, blonde-haired women must love you, dude.
The stash
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not bad. It actually can win people over because at least
They
you're
have
courageous.
you sing Heil while you come.
You know, most people aren't courageous. So if you are,
Yeah,
well,
girls like a guy that can push the.
you know,
according to Andrew Tate, girls
you can't
like
be not courageous and have the Hitler mustache. I mean, that's not a thing.
It's like how girls fucking there's a porn category of fucking white chicks who like fucking yelling the N-word while they're getting fucked by a black dude. Like it's the same.
Yeah.
mentality, you know?
But this time they like.
That's my
they
favorite
like yelling
type of
They like
pornography,
yelling the
uh,
N-word while getting fucked by a Hitler white dude.
Nothing like some good old pornography where some
Yeah, you
girl
know-
is calling a large penis.
You know what's funny about Hitler is that he has more power dead than most people have alive. That's what's actually crazy. You can have a lot of power dead.
Him and Jim Morrison.
People are still afraid of,
I feel like people don't.
Nazis, but they're
Yeah, it's
supposedly
true.
dead. Why are they so afraid of them? It's
Yeah, they're
because
definitely-
you can't kill an
They're not dead.
idea.
They're not
You
You
dead.
can kill a person, but you can't kill
Undead
an idea.
Nazis
They're
are
just-
the sickest type.
Well, I mean,
dude.
the new-
Nazi zombies.
Zombies.
It's a thing. It's a
Bro,
thing.
honestly, I'm pretty sure all the new Nazis, according to everyone standing out for Palestine, they're all trans and have blue hair. All these Nazis lately.
So
The blue hair.
So
Nazis.
trans are
The
Nazis.
blue-haired trans
trans
people
are Nazis. Looks are Jews.
Yeah.
I guess I have to hate
Yeah.
looks now
Like,
too.
come on, all the people that kicked you out of Shanghai,
always
those
hated
literally are
looks, Rob.
Nazis. Like,
I hate
I'm
looks.
joking.
I hate 'em.
There is a weird thing how the left has like some type of fascination with Nazis, like almost like
Yeah, no,
They
they
end
really
up
do. They
following
really
them.
do.
Almost
They
like
really
end
do.
up
It's
following
crazy.
them.
It's very interesting
Like-
that they do.
They're stormtroopers or whatever. They're fucking-
yeah, because people will be
But
weird
it's,
with
it's
me.
funny on the left though. People on the right, people on the left will call people. I was just saying this before. They'll call people on the right Nazis, which is insane too. Where
Well,
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
the deal.
it's just like
Everything-
It's just any insult. It's just like
No,
you're
let's
anything
be
that you don't
honest.
agree
Yeah.
with. Fucking
Listen,
Nazi.
no,
I'm
listen.
like, no, it's me.
Yeah.
Hold on, no.
That's not
Listen,
the-
I got-
that's just me.
This is everybody knows this. That's like got a brain. everything the left calls other people, they are, right? They call people Nazis,
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
are Nazis. They call you racist, but they're racist. Like they're literally like they're not only are they racist against white people or white men.
Yeah, but as long as
they're
the
actually
floor,
racist. They're like black people aren't good enough to do it on their own, so we're gonna help them with affirmative action and DI.
If you say Black Lives Matter, it makes